is all about the flow state. So I started as a dancer. I've always been very inspired by fluidity in movement. So kind of using one movement to take you into another, harnessing that moment, rebounding into something different. So we're gonna try to harness some of that in our flow today. I will make sure to cut it a little short so we are timely. And as always, if something's not feeling good to you, take agency, do not do that. You're welcome to play this Spotify playlist if you'd like, and I will give you a verbal cue when to start. So with that, we'll start on our backs, heading into a low bridge as we always do. And you'll find your feet on the floor, knees up to the ceiling. And then just lengthen the tailbone. Use your glutes to lift that pelvis. Coming into our first low bridge, neutralizing, finding an even space in the pelvis. And today we'll add some heel lifts, if that feels okay. So just pressing into the big toe mounds and lifting and lowering the heels. You can do both at the same time, or, switch it up on me. You can do one and then the other. You can find what feels good. And then our third option here is to do just one heel at a time and then press off the toes, so coming into a bit of a point, and then just lower that foot again and switch sides, raising maybe the left heel, press those toes away from the floor, and lower the foot. If you're doing that, we'll take that a few more times on each side. And if you're doing this alternating point, last time on the right, moving through center, over on the left, and then let's all pause at the top of our low bridge, press the palms up to the ceiling, pull back on the fingers, opening up the wrists. Big inhale here. Exhale, let it go through the mouth. Let's get some of that frantic starting energy out. And then switch wrists, left palm pressing up to the ceiling, pulling back on the fingers. Big inhale and exhale. And then we'll slowly roll all the way through the spine, letting the hips, the pelvis reach the mat again. Heading into our abs, we'll do knees over the hips today, so kind of a 90-degree angle at the knees. But if this doesn't feel good as we kind of layer on, you can always put the feet down, and I'll talk you through options with that. We'll interlace the fingers behind the head, elbows up to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift off the mat. Pause at the top here. And now extend the arms long, down along the hips, kind of a little bit above them, but reaching forward, kind of like a Pilates movement. And hands return, inhale, lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Extending at the elbows, reaching those arms forward. And then if you want to add a little, we can extend the legs, maybe at a 70-degree angle, so they're not super low to the floor. But we keep this low back sacrum region on the mat. Knees bend again, hands return, inhale, lower. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. Arms reach and press down. Extend the legs. Option to bend the knees, bring them back to the hips, stay up. Re-extend the legs. Knees return, hands return, inhale, lower. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Extend those arms, reaching long along the hips. Legs extend. Again, you can have your feet on the floor here. Maybe extend one leg at a time. Knees bend again. Legs extend. Pull that sacrum down. Knees bend, hands return. Inhale, lower. Last add-on here. Exhale, head and shoulder blades lift. Arms press long by the hips. Extend those legs, keep the back contained. And then take the hands as if you were holding a ball between them. Move this over to the left side. So you're taking this ball over outside the left leg. Hands return, knees bend. Inhale, lower. Oh, last time, power through. Inhale. Exhale, head and shoulders lift. Arms reach and press. Legs extend. Adding our twist to the right. Take this, both hands to the outside of the right leg. Oh, I can't really talk. Hands return, knees bend, and bring the knees towards you. Oh, recovering speech there. Heading into our first kind of rebound oscillation movement, we'll roll over with our knees towards us onto the left side. Reach both hands out in front of you. And then peel the right arm, being led by the right half of the rib cage, open for a chest opener. And then reverse that. So right hand comes back towards the left arm. And as soon as you hit that left hand, we rebound again, opening the chest, opening the right arm to the right, and reverse it. Right hand comes back, open to the right. Right hand returns, raising across the body. And this time, roll over your back, coming to the other side. We're laying on our right side, arms are in front of us. Exhale, peel this left arm across the chest, opening it up to the left. It reaches out and immediately returns to meet the right hand again. And rebound, peeling this chest open. And hand returns. And open. And that hand returns, stacking on top of the right arm. And then roll back onto your back. And we'll flip ourselves over, coming into a quadruped or all fours. We're right on track, even though we started late. It's all good. So wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. I almost said hands under the hips. Feel the length in your spine here, and almost a sense of opening the chest, just slightly. And then slide this left foot back, we'll be up on the toes, the heel is lifted. Keep that pelvis neutral and start to press back through the heel, opening up this back chain. And we're gonna add a little kind of period at the end of this. So we push back 1, 2, 3, 4, pause in center, lift that left leg, bend the knee, externally rotate the hip. And return left toes to the ground. We pulse back 1, 2, 3, 4, left leg lifts using the glute, knee bends, open up that hip. Last time here, left toes lower, keep the pelvis neutral. Pulse back 1, 2, 3, 4, leg lifts, bend it, externally rotate. Just trying to wake up the hip joint, and then lower that left knee, and we'll go straight to the other side. Take a moment, check in with your spine, make sure you're holding the front body up into the back body. And from this place, slide the right leg back, don't let anything else move. We pulse back 1, well, let's take a few before we add on our external rotation. So just moving forward and back by kind of rocking on the toes, the ball of the foot. And imagine that length in the heel could shoot out the top of your head. So you want to keep that length contained there. Now let's add it on. So we go pulse back 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, neutral pelvis, right leg lifts, bend the knee, and we externally rotate the hip. Don't let the pelvis move. Right toes return. We pulse back 1, 2, 3, 4. Shift forward, neutral pelvis, right leg lifts, knee bends, externally rotate. Last time, toes land, pulse back 2, length through the spine. Using the right glute, lift that leg, bend the knee, externally rotate the hip. Lower that right knee, and let's briefly sit back in a child's pose. You can walk the hands forward. Knees can be wide or narrow. Take a big inhale and let a sigh out. One more big inhale. And exhale. We'll shift forward through all fours, coming to a bent knee forward fold at the top of the mat. You can exhale when you get there, and we'll start to move a bit more. This is a great place to start that playlist if you've got it. Inhale, arms reach up to the ceiling, Tadasana. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Right foot steps back, lower that knee, top of the foot. Inhale, rise, half kneel. Feel that sense of pulling back in the left foot and turning the right glute on in response as those arms surge up to the sky. Hands plant on the mat, step back for plank. Feel the energy coming up through the arms from the floor, knees lower, and we lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra, pull the chest through the hands. Exhale, lift into your down dog. Right foot steps forward, lower left knee, top of the foot. Inhale, lift. Equal and opposite force here, pulling back with the right foot. Left glute turns on, arms reach up. Exhale, hands plant in front of you, step the back foot in, forward fold. Inhale, rise, Tadasana. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant. Left foot steps back this time, lower the knee and top of the foot. Inhale, lift. Now we'll bring the right hand behind us to the sacrum. Reach that left arm up more. Exhale, bend to the right. Taking a bit of a lateral flexion here. Little extra opening for the front of the left hip. Now inhale, lift. We're gonna preface something we'll do later in the flow. Just open the right leg out to the right. So you're in this open half kneel position. I usually call it half kneel warrior variation. You can reach the right arm up to the sky. Feel that there's some gentle opening in that inner right leg. And then bring the right foot back to neutral. Hands plant, step back for plank. Turn the glutes on, knees lower and lower all the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps forward, lower the right knee, top of the foot. Inhale, lift. Solid pelvis here, left hand comes behind, right arm reaches up. And exhale, flex over to the left side. So lateral flexion here. Contain the right half of the rib cage. Feel that opening in the front of the hip. Inhale, back to vertical, and we open up an external rotation with the left hip. So step the left foot out to the left. Again, we'll do this later in the flow. And you'll know it, you'll have seen it. Left foot returns to neutral. Hands plant, step the back foot in, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Moving on here, exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant. Right foot steps back, lower the knee, top of the foot. Inhale, arms lift. We're gonna take circles, but just with one side of the body here. So left arm will open to the back, ribs are rotating at the same time. Arm comes down by the hip, forward, and return to vertical. Exhale, arm goes back, pinky side down, thumb flips by the hip, thumb is up as you return to vertical. Exhale, twist. And for these last two, let's bring the right hand to the front of the hip. Exhale, opening for this circle, back and forward. And using the right hand, arm goes back, down, and around to kind of anchor this right half of the pelvis. Hands come to the mat, come on the fingertips, tuck the back toes, and we shift the hips back for a runner stretch. Now this right knee is hovering here. There's a generous bend in the left knee. You're starting to feel a back chain open up here. Big inhale. Exhale, hands plant, left leg sweeps back, three-legged down dog. Bend the knee. Take it into internal rotation and just tap it next to the right knee if you can. Back through neutral, externally rotate. One more time, internal rotation, maybe draw it down next to the right leg. Back to external rotation. Step the foot forward, Hips shift back, runner stretch. You can always have the hands elevated if that feels better. You need a bit more space in the back. Shifting forward, hands plant, left leg lifts. Bend that knee. Let's take external rotation this time. All the way through neutral to internal. Draw that knee next to the right. Externally rotate. Left foot steps forward. Shift the hips back. Last time, runner stretch here. Ooh, yeah, feeling that left hip crease deepen. Shift the weight forward, hands plant, three-legged down dog, left leg lifts. Externally rotate. Internally rotate, pelvis stays neutral, knee draws towards the right leg. Externally rotate. This time, step the left foot forward, open to the right for goddess. Externally rotate in the right hip. Now this is a real ballet movement, so bear with me. Inhale and vertical. Exhale, left arm comes towards the thigh, right arm over the ear for a side bend. And then continue following the right arm for a circle until you reach center and inhale, lift. Arms extend out to the side. Exhale, side bend to the opposite direction, left arm over ear. Follow that circle, back to the middle and inhale, we rise. Little faster, exhale, side bend left, follow your circle, inhale, lift. Exhale, right. Follow that circle just a little bit with the upper body. And lift. Last time to the left. Let that circle lower to the floor and then lift. And we turn to the back of the mat. Plant your hands, step it back for plank. Inhale here. Exhale, right knee draws under the hip, open up, modified side plank. So you can lift the left arm up, option to float the left leg. Leg lower, step it back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, left knee in, opening up, modified side plank. Right arm lifts. Option to lift that right leg. Return to plank. Hand and toes plant. Inhale. Exhale, right knee in. Opening up, left arm up to the sky. Maybe float that leg. Modified side plank. Hand and toe plant. Plank position. Exhale, left knee in. Open it up. Modified side plank. Right as you reach this peak, feel yourself return towards a plank. Step the foot back and lower to the floor. Inhale, we'll take a locust, similar to a cobra, but we fly the arms back and lift the legs. Glutes are super on, feel lengthen the low back. And then a bit of a tricky transition here. Right hand comes a bit forward from the shoulder. Thread the left arm under. Come onto the left side, knees bend towards your torso. And we open up the right arm for this oscillation. Right arm returns to the left hand. Peeling the ribs open to the right. Right arm returns. One more time. Opening to the right. And that arm returns. Flip yourself over onto your belly. Hands under the shoulders. Lift into your down dog. Big inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees. And we'll walk it forward. We're at the back of our mats here. Inhale, lift, Tadasana. Other side, exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant. Left foot steps back, lower that knee, top of the foot. Half kneel, inhale, rise. Let's bring the left hand to the front of the left pelvis. Inhale, up vertical. Exhale, right arm reaches pinky side down towards the back. Down towards the floor, flipping the thumb up, return to vertical. Exhale, making this big circle, but trying your best as we move through these circles to let the rib cage be the motor and the arm be a response or a reflection of what's happening in the ribs. So rather than staying rigid and just letting the shoulder do all the work, we really want to get the rib cage involved. but not the pelvis, of course, right? We can never be that easy. One more circle here, reaching back, down, forward, and up. And the fingertips come to either side of the right foot. Shift the hips back, runner stretch. Up on the left toes, both knees bent. Option, you can always have the arms up on a book or a yoga block. Inhale here. Exhale, shift forward, plant the hands, right leg sweeps back, three-legged down dog. Bend the knee, externally rotate the hip. Move through neutral, internal rotation. Right knee meets the left. External rotation. And step the right foot forward, hips shift back. You can walk the hands back at the same time for that runner stretch. Inhale. Exhale, shift forward, hands plant, three-legged down dog, right leg lifts, knee bends, external rotation, pelvis stays neutral, internal rotation, maybe you can draw that right knee next to the left, external rotation, right foot steps forward, sit it back, runner stretch. Last time here, take a big inhale. As you exhale, imagine your muscles along your back chain just softening, like tension could just fall out of them. And shift your weight forward, hands plant, three-legged down dog. Bend that knee, open up the hip, external rotation. Move through internal rotation, maybe you bring that knee forward a little. Externally rotate, step the right foot forward, open up to the left, goddess. We've got our onstage ballerina movement. Let's take a moment, check in with the pelvis first. Make sure this tailbone's reaching down towards the floor. And then we move above that stable pelvis and leg area. Inhale, arms reach out. Exhale, side bend to the right, left arm over the ear. Keep the pelvis neutral and let the upper body just curve down towards the floor. Inhale, lift through center. Exhale, side bend left. Right arm over. Follow your circle down towards the floor. Pelvis stays neutral. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right. Circle. Inhale, rise. Exhale, left. Circle. I feel like these tiny muscles kind of opening up as I do this. Inhale, lift. Last time, side bend to the right. Down through center. Inhale, lift. And windmill to the front of the mat, hands plant for our plank. Squeeze those glutes when you get there. Take a big inhale. Exhale, left knee draws under the hip, opening the right side body. Pause just at the top of this modified side plank. Now the leg down, of course. And then return to plank. Hand lands, left foot steps back. Inhale, exhale, right knee under the hip. Opening the left side. Option to fly that leg, but keep the glutes engaged, tailbone reaching back. Return to your plank, left hand lands, right foot steps back. Left knee under the hip, open it up. Modified side plank. Pressing into the floor, return the right hand, step left foot back, plank. Last time here, right knee under the hip. Pressing into the right half of your body, lifting into your modified side plank. Return to plank. Right foot steps back and we lower to the floor. Turn those glutes on. Inhale, locust. Drawing that chest forward in space, but also pulling up the low belly. You want to protect the low back by using the front body. And then turning towards our little chest opener, we'll roll onto our right side. Right arm reaches over. Draw the knees up towards you. Inhale, open the left arm out to the left. And that hand returns to the top of the right hand. Exhale, opening the rib cage over to the left. Hand slides back. Open it up. And that hand slides back. This time, rolling back onto your belly. Hands come under the shoulders, lifting into your down dog. Walk those feet in a touch. Big inhale here. Exhale, bend the knees, and we'll walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift, coming into some sun-style A's here. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant, step back for plank. Glutes on, lower the knees, lower to the floor. Inhale, lift, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise on the toes, feel that energy lifting. Exhale, harness it, walk the feet forward, and inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant, step it right back to plank. Lower the knees, lower to the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lift into down dog. Really feeling kind of the cycle of this series. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, harness that lift. Walk it forward. One more time. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant, feet step back, plank. Knees lower, lower to the floor. Inhale, right into cobra. Chest pulls forward. Exhale, down dog. Walk those feet in, rise on the toes. Inhale. Exhale, walking with your breath. Feet move forward. And inhale, we rise. So this time, sit back for a chair pose, hinging at the hips. It's like that first half of our forward fold. And then both hands come to either side of the hips. Shifting into the left leg a bit, we slide the right leg back. We're in a tilted crescent here. With the torso forward, we've got extra demand on the left glute. We're kind of getting it ready to move a little bit with it. And guess what? We've got a bit of a kind of cyclical series that's about to come. Right hand comes on the left thigh. Shift the weight forward, maybe lift the right leg for airplane. Using that right hand just as gentle support. Press into the floor with the left foot. Inhale, lift, tap that right foot next to the left, just on the toe mound. And right knee lifts up for stork pose. Right foot steps out for a wide-legged chair. Squatting back, you can maybe even touch the floor with the left hand. And then if you lowered all the way to touch that hand, lift the torso slightly, more of a traditional chair. Shift into the left leg, slide the right foot back, tilted crescent. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand meets the thigh, shift and lift, airplane. Keeping that left leg bent, hinging into that hip. That glute is working for you. Inhale. Exhale, push into the left leg, use that glute, rise to stand, tap the right foot. Knee comes up, stork pose. Step that foot out, wide-legged chair here. Maybe you hinge all the way to tap the floor with the left hand. Just a suggestion, not an obligation. Hands return to the pelvis, slightly rise, shift into the left leg, right leg slides back, tilted crescent. We're changing it just a little bit. Inhale here, exhale, right hand to the thigh, shift it forward, airplane. That glute's waking up for sure. Big inhale. Exhale, push into the floor, lift, extending those hips. Right toes tap, right knee lifts. Step out on the right leg and we curtsy squat. Cross that left knee behind the right. Hands come to prayer. Pull the ribcage into the back body. Step the left foot out, slide into your tilted crescent, right leg's back. Inhale here. Exhale, right hand on the thigh, shift it forward, airplane. Inhale. Exhale, push and rise. Tap the right foot, right knee lifts. Right foot steps wide, curtsy squat. Left knee crosses behind. Moving on here. From here, we'll set the left foot behind us, turn the whole body to the left, side lunge into that left leg. You can adjust if you need to, if you want to walk back on your mat, that's fine. And guess what? We're going to move with this a little bit. So let's harness this bend in the left knee and hip. Push off the left knee, rise to stand on the right. And those left toes just come in, resting gently next to the right foot. As we lift, we'll open up the right arm for our backstroke. Step the left foot out, return to our side lunge. So let's just do the feet first. We push into the mat, slide the left foot to meet the right, and step that foot back out, returning to side lunge on the left. We push and stand, turn that right glute on, left leg extends for side lunge. Push and stand. And now this time, side lunge left, we'll add the arm. As you push off the left leg, right arm lifts up to the sky, back and around. Left leg steps out, right hand to mat. Push off the left leg, right arm up, back, around. Left leg out, right hand to mat. Push off left arm back strokes. Getting a little flow here. Side lunge left. Last time. Push off that left leg, right arm cycles. Extending out to a side lunge. Walk everything to the front of the mat, hands plant. Right leg lifts. Three-legged down dog. Bend that knee. We'll take some small hip circles here. Feel the lift through the torso by pressing those hands into the mat. And then pause with the knee bent in neutral. Externally rotate at the hip. And then draw that leg in this exact orientation down to the mat. So the foot's off to the right side. Open up the left hip coming into our half kneel warrior variation. We did this at the start. Inhale, arms lift overhead. Exhale, shift this shape into the left leg so you weight a little bit more into the left, opening up the groin a bit. Inhale, arms extend overhead. Exhale, shift, arms reach out to the side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, creasing into that left hip, moving to the left a bit more. Inhale, arms extend. And the right hand comes next to the right leg. We're heading to a table. Weight into this left foot and right arm. Right foot slides through, coming next to the left leg. Reach through the tailbone. Reach through the top arm. If this doesn't feel good on the shoulder, you can have both hands down, fingers facing the feet. Big inhale. Exhale, start to lower the hips, turning back to the front, and plant both hands, come into a down dog. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. And we'll walk the feet forward. Inhale, lift, coming straight into our chair pose here. Repeating that sequencing on the other side. Hands come to the hips. Keep this neutral pelvis as we slide the right leg back, tilted crescent. Extra demand on this right glute, it can meet it. You can do it. Inhale here. Exhale, left hand to right thigh, shift it forward, airplane. Weight into that right leg. Big inhale here. Exhale, push into the floor, use the right glute. Left foot taps next to the right. And knee lifts for stork pose. Step the left foot out, wide-legged chair. Sitting back in a squat. Maybe you bring the right hand just to tap the mat. Hands return to hips, rise and shift into the right leg. Left leg slides back, tilted crescent. Inhale here. Left hand to right thigh, shift it forward, airplane. Press into the right foot, exhale, tap the left foot next to the right, use that right glute, and left knee lifts for stork. Step the left foot out, wide-legged chair. Maybe you hinge far enough to tap the floor, no obligation. Hands return to pelvis, back to tilted crescent. Weight into the right leg, left leg slides back. Big inhale here. Exhale, left palm to the right thigh, airplane. We're changing it up this time. Press into the floor, rise to stand, neutral pelvis, left toes tap. Left knee lifts, stork. Step the left foot out, weight on it, right leg crosses behind, curtsy squat. Sitting back in the hips, hands to heart center. Right foot steps out, weight into right leg, tilted crescent, left leg slides back. Inhale here. Last time, we're really cycling. Left hand to the thigh, shift it forward, airplane. Press into the floor, use the right glute, tap that left toe, knee lifts, stork pose. Step out to the side with the left, curtsy squat, right knee behind. And right from here, step the right leg back behind you, we turn to the right, side lunge, bending into right knee and hip. You can bring the left fingertips to the floor if that feels good. You also don't have to, it doesn't matter. Inhale here, just the legs first. Exhale, push off the right leg, come to stand, just kind of gently tap those toes next to the right. Leg steps out and hinge at that hip, side lunge. Push off the right, we tap, and return to side lunge. One more time, just legs, we push off, we tap, and side lunge. Now we add the arm, the coordination challenge, of course. Push off the right leg, left arm comes vertical, reaching behind you, down to the floor, and step out for side lunge, fingers to the floor. Push, arm comes up, back, down, around, stepping out for side lunge. Push, and take a second to kind of feel what feels fluid for you. Like, can you go a little bit faster? And does that still feel good? But as you try to increase speed, I want you to feel the left pelvic point pressing forward because it's gonna wanna pop back on you. We'll just do 2 more, take it in your time. Oh, yeah. And we side lunge into the right leg, walk it forward, plant those hands, 3-legged down dog, left leg sweeps. Bend the knee, take some hip circles here. Keeping the pelvis neutral. Pulling those ribs into the back. And then pause, knee bent in a neutral position. Internally rotate. Shifting forward, let that shin land, left foot off the mat. Opening up the right half pelvis and hip. And we rise, we're in our half kneel warrior variation. Arms extend wide. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, we bend further into the right knee and hip crease, if that feels okay. Inhale, extend. Exhale, shifting over, bend. Keep pressing through the front of the left hip. And lift, inhale. Exhale, shift. I love this stretch, it feels so good. Inhale. Last time, exhale, we shift. Inhale, extend, we're moving towards that table. Left hand comes next to the left knee, weight into the left arm and the right foot, and we slide this left foot next to the right. You can walk the feet towards you if you need, reaching the tailbone towards the knees. I'll show the other option as well. You can have both hands down, fingers facing the heels, lifting in the pelvis for the table. Whatever version you've got, start to lower the hips. We'll turn to the left, returning to down dog. Big inhale, rise on the heels. Exhale, bend those knees, and we'll walk it to the top. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart center, close your eyes. Big inhale here. And feel the flow, the circulation that's in your body naturally. You've got the blood, the breath. So many systems have this great cycle to them. And we will try, as we stream things together, to kind of mirror those cycles or cyclical movement. So we don't have anything new for our stream today, but we are combining some of those longer sequences. Let me make sure I've got it. Grab a sip of water or take a big deep breath. And of course, I might offer another layer or a different option than we did the first time. You can always stick with something that we did earlier in class. And I'll try to be mindful of acknowledging those moments. So we'll come to stand at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms reach forward and up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, hands plant. Step the right foot back, lower the knee, top of the foot. Inhale, lift. Right hand comes to the front of the right hip. Inhale here. Exhale, one big backstroke. Left arm reaches back, down, forward, and up. And this time, take it back. Maybe reach towards the back of the right thigh while the right arm reaches up to the ceiling. The left hand can also be on the pelvis if that feels better. Or if you want a little further, you can reach the arm towards the right calf. But keep the lift here. Don't crunch that low back that we've kept protected this whole time. Inhale. Exhale, hands land in front of you. Left leg sweeps back, bend the knee, circle at the hip. Opening out for external rotation first. And then we'll switch directions, so going through this medial area and then externally rotating. Also, if you want a different direction, totally fine. Left leg reaches up, exhale, step the foot forward, open up to the side, goddess. That right half of the hip is gonna open up. Arms extend. We exhale, over to the left, right arm is up. Bring this circle down, don't let it affect the pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, side bend to the right, circle it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend to the left. Keep the lift through the core. Inhale, rise. Exhale, side bend right, down through center. And inhale, lift. We'll turn to the back of the mat, hands plant, plank position. Now we'll move between our side plank. Take your variation. You can do modified. Or as you exhale, shift onto the outer border of the right foot. Stack that left leg for side plank. Turn those glutes on. Hand plants return to plank. Inhale. Exhale, shifting over opposite side, either knee down or on the foot. Hand plants plank. Inhale. Two more. Exhale, shifting to the right, either lowering the knee or over on the foot. Hand plants, inhale, plank. Exhale, shift. Outer border of the left foot. Right arm reaches. Hand plants, return to plank. Exhale, lower to the floor. We'll take a locust again, arms reaching back. If bow is in your practice, this is a great time for that as well. Exhale, hands plant, lift into down dog. Right leg lifts, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step it forward. Windmill to the front of the mat, heading straight to tilted crescent. Bending into left knee and hip, hands at the hips. Right hand comes to the thigh, shift it forward, airplane. We've been here. Couple of add-ons here. Push into the floor, rise, right knee lifts immediately. Option to extend the right arm, opening for a standing twist. I meant right knee, not arm. Lowering the right foot, step out, curtsy squat. Left knee is coming behind the right. And we step the left foot behind us, turn to the left, bending into that knee and hip side lunge, right fingertips to the floor. Push off the foot, right arm reaches up, back, down and around, backstroke. Returning to the mat. And this time we'll push off the left foot, return to the front of the mat. Right foot slides back, tilted crescent. Shift it forward, airplane. Exhale, push into the floor. Right knee lifts. Maybe extend for a standing twist. You can also keep the knee bent. Right foot steps out, curtsy squat, left knee behind. Step back with the left foot, turn to the left, side lunge, right fingertips at the floor. Push off that left foot, backstroke with the right arm. Return to your side lunge, and we just push and step to the front of the mat. Hands come to the hips. Sit back in your chair, right foot slides back. Last time here, right hand to the thigh, shift it forward, airplane. Push into the floor, right knee lifts. Open for that standing twist. Maybe that right arm reaches to the side or back. Right foot steps out, curtsy squat, left knee behind. Slide that left foot back, turn to the left, side lunge, right fingertips to the floor. Push off the foot, backstroke the right arm. Bend into that left knee and hip. And this time, walk your hands to the front of the mat and shift into a three-legged down dog. That right leg will lift. Bend the right knee. Internal rotation here. Shift it forward, heading to our half kneel warrior variation. Open the left foot to the back of the mat. Rise. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, we shift towards the left foot a bit. Inhale, lift. Exhale, shift. Inhale, lift. Last time, exhale, shift. Inhale, lift. Heading to table, right hand plants or both hands plant. Weight into this left foot. Slide the right foot towards the left and then reach through the tailbone. Let the hips lower a bit, turn to the right, down dog. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. And we'll go straight to the other side. That right foot steps forward, left knee lowers. Inhale, rise, half kneel. Left hand comes to the front of the left hip. Inhale, reach, right arm up. Exhale, backstroke. Big circle here. As the arm reaches vertical, we can start to reach towards this bit of a back bend. So either reaching towards the back of the left thigh, left arm up, reach towards the pelvis. We can reach towards the calf and foot. Feeling the lift through the left half of the rib cage here. Big inhale. Exhale, windmill, hands plant. Three-legged down dog, right leg lifts. Bend that knee, let's circle out the hip. Going in one direction. I'm not going to instruct you on direction. It's very confusing. And then switching directions. Feeling how lubricated this big synovial joint is. And then pause in neutral, exhale. Right foot steps forward, open to the right. Inhale, in center. Exhale, side bend left. Follow your circle, falling towards the middle, and then inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend right. Follow your circle. Inhale, lift. I guess it's more of a half circle. Exhale, over to the left. Following that half circle, that flow. Inhale, lift. Last time, exhale to the right. Follow your circle. And inhale, lift. Windmill, back of the mat, hands plant, step into plank. Big inhale once you get there. Exhale, left side, your side plank variation. Whatever feels good. And hand plants. Inhale, feel the energy in the right arm as we either bring right knee down or shift to the right side. Hand plants, plank. Shift it left. That left shoulder comes onto the back here. And then last time, hand plants, shift it to the right. Return the left hand, coming back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower to the floor. And inhale, flying legs and arms. Locust. Chest reaching forward, but the front body really strong. Exhale, hands plant under the shoulders, lift into down dog. Left leg lifts, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step that foot forward and we windmill to the front of the mat, directly to tilted crescent. So we come onto the back toes, finding this nice line. And here we go, we know it so well now. Left hand comes to the front of the thigh, airplane. Push into the floor, lift. Left knee comes up, stork pose. Option to open to the left for a standing twist. Keep that right glute on. Left foot steps out, curtsy squat. Right knee comes behind. Step the right foot back, turning for our side lunge. Left fingertips to floor. Push off the right foot, backstroke with this left arm. Return to your side lunge. And one last time, press off the right foot, just return to front of the mat. Exhale, chair pose, hands to hips. Left foot slides back. Shift it forward, airplane. Feel that right glute strong, it's got you. You did the warm up. Exhale, push into the floor, left knee to chest. Open for your standing twist if you like. Left foot steps out, curtsy squat. Right knee behind. And step the right foot behind you, turn to the right, side lunge. Pushing off the right foot, left arm back strokes. Step the right foot out, side lunge. Push off that right foot, return to front. Inhale, exhale, chair. Slide it back, tilted crescent, left leg's behind you. Shift into your airplane. Push into the floor, left knee rises, stork. And open it up for a twist. Left foot steps out, right knee behind, curtsy. Right foot steps behind you, turn for a side lunge over to the right. Last time here, get really, feel your feels as you do this, if you will. Push and really feel expression through the ribcage. I'll allow it this time. Return to your side lunge. And then walk the hands to the front of the mat. Left leg lifts, three-legged down dog. Bend that knee, internal rotation, and shift forward, lowering the shin to the mat. Open the right toes towards the back of the mat. We're in our half kneel variation. Bending into the right knee and hip. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, bend. This might feel a little different this time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, shift, bend. Inhale, extend. We're heading to table. You'll plant the left hand. Option to also lower down and plant the right as well. Or weight into the right foot, slide that left foot next to it. Press into the hand and the feet. Reach the tailbone. We're keeping length in the back here. And then start to lower the hips, turn towards the mat, and just lower the knees wide, child's pose. And walk the hands forward. Big inhale, and exhale. And we'll slowly, keeping your head in this orientation, shift forward onto your belly, and then just roll straight onto your back. Being mindful of your time, we'll take a brief shavasana here. You're always welcome to mute the video if you want to stay for a while. Then open the palms up. Take a big inhale. And feel the flow, the cycling that's happening in your body. And take this moment of quiet to just observe. Observe this thing that happens all day, every day, but that we don't often take time to dedicate to. If you're ready to move, take a big inhale. Let it fill up all the crevices of your body. And exhale. Let it go. One more big inhale. Almost like it could expand your skin on your skeleton. And exhale. Just fall back to rest. Draw one knee towards you and then the other. And we'll slowly, slowly, gently make our way to a seated position. Just taking a moment in your seat to seal in the feeling, maybe the sweat moving on your body, your blood still pumping a little. Coming back to the natural cycle of your breath. And just feeling how good this container can feel when you get it to flow a bit more. We'll take a breath together. Big inhale. And exhale. Thank you so much for joining me today for weathering the confusion at the beginning. I appreciate every single one of you, either in person or virtual, it doesn't matter. Your presence means a lot. Your body is important, your mind is important. Have a wonderful weekend, end of the week. Namaste. Thanks, you guys. I will stick around as always. I'll put my info in the chat. If you have any feedback, any questions, you know where to find me. And I apologize again for the meeting issue at the beginning. It won't happen again. I've learned the lesson. Thanks, Emma. Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Keith.